SBRForum's Punters is brought to you by Bookmaker.
We are previewing Week 9 in the NFL here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We're talking right now with SBR contributor and the always entertaining Swingin Johnson, who's going to talk with us about an NFL football game. This should be, as usual, an entertaining video. Hopefully, we'll be able to keep it under 6 or 7 minutes or so. Swingin Johnson, thanks for being with us.
Loshak, baby! I love it! You know, listen, Loshak, before I laud you for your savvy selection last week in picking the Jaguars to cover the number over the Packers, may I take a moment, just a moment, to compliment your set designer? I mean, these are the people that make the rest of us look so good, and I am nothing if not a slave to fashion and fashionable set design. So, bravo to you, Mr. Set Designer. Listen to me lisping all over my bad self.
I'm telling you, man, 3D frickin' graphics, 3D frickin' studio sets. It's amazing what you can do on a computer. I mean, you can take just, some homeless guy sitting in a box and put it, as long as it's a green box, and you can put them wherever you want in the world.
You know, Loshak, don't you dare put down the talented efforts of so many gay men and snobby women, okay? Trivializing like a graphic artist could possibly green screen that masterpiece. Give me a break.
Yep, no, it's a new era. Welcome to 2012, Swingin Johnson. All right, so last week, freaking when you see an awful NFL team get 18 points against, the Super Bowl champs, take the bad team getting the points. Swingin Johnson, that's my advice to you for the future.
Hey, you know what? You are preaching to the choir, baby, because you were talking about Green Bay and Jacksonville last week, and you told me, man, you said this was like you'd seen that movie before, and you said, Jacksonville was the way to go, and I was square biz all the way. You were right, buddy, and as a matter of fact, you also pointed out that the Oakland Raiders were the play, and we both talked about under. So you've been killing it lately.
Yeah, we actually liked them on the teaser, which we said in that video. All right, this week we're going to talk about the Bears and Titans. Now, Swingin John, did you do your research on this game? Because I actually was one of the winners in the Heritage football contest last week. $1,000 free play. Well, no, it's a great contest.
You are unfriggin' believable.
Well,
I mean, I am absolutely dead not serious. You are really good in these contests.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Heritage Contest is a great one. They pay, first, you pick straight up, and the winner gets $1,000 free play, but if there's 5 people tied, if there's up to 5 people tied, each person gets $1,000. And last week there were 5 people and tied, and $1,000 free play. But you have to pick straight up winners, though. So that's the thing. In this game, I don't know what to think. The Bears at Titans. The Bears are a 3.5-point road favorite. Titans are the home underdog, 43.5. The Bears, they're the Bears. They almost lost to Carolina. That was a game where, I did that game with Dave Golikoff. He said Carolina was a great bet. And anytime you have Jay Cutler giving, more than a touchdown to another NFL team, that's a great, that's almost a no-brainer bet for me. Here, though, the Titans, they're doing better, though. Chris Johnson is suddenly running better again. Hasselbeck at quarterback is at least serviceable. I'm thinking that the Titans might be the pick here, plus 3.5. What do you think?
Well, you make some great points, and I've been a bit harsh on the boys from Nashville this season, but recently they've been rather, what's the word I'm looking for? Plucky. Yes, plucky. They've won 2 nail-biters in a row against Pittsburgh and Buffalo before losing last week to the Colts at home 19-13. And then, as you stated, I mean, the Bears, they struggled big time against the Panthers last week. And, the Panthers, there was just so much sharp money on the Panthers last week. And Bears, sure enough, they got the win 23-22, but struggled against a team that, is arguably the worst in the NFL. Now, I know that the Bears, they get it done with defense and rushing, and they should be able to limit Tennessee to at least 2 touchdowns, which, by the way, is almost exactly what the Chicago defense has allowed on average this season. But, the question here is, can the Bears put points on the board against the Titans? And I say, seriously, Loshak, why not? I mean, this is going to be a repeat of last week when they had to come from behind to beat the pathetic Panthers. But what do you say? I mean, don't you think that Cam Newton and the Panthers at least have a little more, little zip in terms of offense as opposed to the Titans? What do you think about this?
I don't know. I mean, it's a tough one. And that's a funny thing. I hate to keep, because, I look at this game. I'm definitely not going to be betting it. But it's an essential game for me to analyze because of this freaking contest. And last week, I knew the Panthers were a great bet against the Bears. I also picked them straight up in the contest. It was looking great. But then in the end, it came, and the Bears just did pull it out. So that was actually one of my losses. And this week, it's kind of the same deal. It's like I'm almost sure that the Titans plus 3.5 are the right side. tied. I don't like it enough to bet it, but in a straight up, do I think that the Titans actually have a better, because the way you work in this contest, the way you win this, you have to pick a couple of small underdogs straight up to win, and that's how you wind up winning a week or two here and there. I'm just not sure if this is the game though, because the Bears, as you said, the Bears offense should be a lot better. They have Forte, they have weapons on offense. They should be able to put up points. That's the thing.
Well, you must have cojones grande to bet the Panthers straight up a 7.5 point underdogs. That wasn't exactly a small favorite, and I give props to you. I mean, because you're exactly right. That's the way you win these kinds of contests. But when I handicap games, I think to myself, if I had a gun to my head, who would I pick to win the game straight out? And it's kind of funny that you're talking about this heritage contest, because if you're looking at this game and and again, somebody's got a gun to your head. Look, there aren't too many people that are going to say the Titans, okay? The Titans are 0-5 against the number versus teams with a winning record like Chicago. And the only way they're going to break that streak is by giving the ball to Chris Johnson and watching him go off. But ironically, the Bears own the best run defense in all of football. How's that going to happen? And on the flip side of things, the Bears are 10-4-1 against the spread. Their last 15 versus a team with a losing record like Tennessee. And, right now the odds makers have the Bears as 3.5 point road chalk. And, I'm just saying to myself, look, if I'm convinced the Bears are going to win, can they win by more than 3? And I'm thinking, you know what? I mean, I'm not willing to say that the Tennessee Titans, they might not win, but they're probably gonna remain within 3 points. You know what? I'm telling you what, man. I am turning into the biggest friggin' square before your very eyes. But I'm telling you, man. I like the Chicago Bears here. I really do.
Minus 3.5.
Well, you know what? I would never lay 3.5.
Right.
I would always buy the hook. But officially, minus 3.5.
All right. Well, I think we've done our analysis and preview of this game. Yeah, for me, I'm not going to bet it. It is a gun to the head game for me. But gun to the head, if I had to make a bet, I would take the Titans with the points. But in my contest, I think I'm going to take the Bears straight up.
Keep on kicking ass in those contests, man. I love you.
Thanks, Swingin. We'll talk to you next week.